by neuroscience, schizophrenic, infinitist, by forever neuroscience, schizophrenic, infinitist. Maybe the human brain is an object beyond the reach of a metaphor for the simple reason that it is the only object capable of creating metaphors to describe itself. There really is nothing else like it. The human brain creates the human mind, and then the human mind tries to understand that human brain, however long it takes and whatever it costs. Neuro linguistic program it is to neuroscience, what astrology is to astronomy. Neuroscience can be seen as offering metaphors that point in a general direction but don't exactly match anyone's individual experience. There's an old rule in neuroscience that does not alter with age. Use it or lose it. It is a very hopeful principle when applied to critical thought and the reading brain because it implies to choice. Whoa, the thing you realize when you get into studying neuroscience even a little bit is that everything is connected to everything else. So if the brain is trying to use everything as its disposal, what is seeing, what is hearing, what is the temperature, past experience, rapid, delirious. Well, there I go. Might never stop spitting. Don't you know? A notes into my phone. The thing you never stops. The thing you realize never stop rhyming. Neuroscience over the past 50 years is going to introduce things that are mind blowing. Well, I think it's natural human tendency when you read something that you tend to read a lot of your prejudices into it. And neuroscience is like a lot of disciplines. It has fashions. Things change. No, my philosophy is really based on humility. My philosophy is really based on humility. My philosophy is really based on humility. I don't think we know enough to fix either diagnostics or therapeutics. The future of psychiatry is clinical neuroscience based on a much deeper understanding of the brain. Within psychology and neuroscience come some new and rigorous experimental paradigms for studying consciousness have helped it begin to overcome the stigma that has been attached to the topic for most of a century. There is no scientific study more vital to man than the study of his own brain. Our entire view of the universe depends on it. Rapid spit it never ending. The brain is the organ of destiny. It holds within its human mechanism secrets that will determine the future of the human race. When it comes to exploring the mind in the framework of cognitive neuroscience, the maximal yield of data comes from integrated what a person experiences the first person with what the measurements show the third person, rapid never ending brain and apparatus with which we think. Wink. Although many philosophers used to dismiss the relevance of neuroscience on grounds that what mattered was the software, not the hardware. Increasingly, philosophers have come to realize that understanding how the brain works is essential to understanding the mind. The elegant study is consistent with the themes of modern cognitive neuroscience. Every aspect of thought and emotion is rooted in brain structure and function, including many psychological disorders and presumably genius. That study confirms that the brain is a modular system comprising multiple intelligences, mostly non-verbal. Neuroscience has contributed so much in just a few decades to how we think about human nature and how we know ourselves. Neuroscience is the field of study that endeavors to make sense of such diverse questions. At the same time, it points the way toward the effective treatment of dysfunctions. The exchange of information among a half dozen branches of science and the clinical practice of mental health have shaped a new scientific approach to study the brain. Wait. Well, there I go spitting. Original again. Original miracle, spiritual fright comes off me when I walk in the street. Embark on my feet. Neurosciences, discoveries, acid on your brain makes the whole seem lovely, and you thought I couldn't rock this away. Rock me, mama, span neuroscience. Mama, neuroscience is currently one of the most rapidly growing areas of science. At the behavioral level of neuroscience. The behavioral level of neuroscience research emphasis is on the interactions between individuals and their collective environment. One of the great mysteries of neuroscience is how systems elaborate in pleasure and pain are organized at the level of specific neural systems. It has become evident for me on closed loop approaches in neuroscience are ripe to be used for a better understanding of the brain. I am insane rapping about the brain. A primary goal is in systems neuroscience is to characterize the statistical relationship between environmental stimuli and neural response. Understanding how information is presented and processed in the brain is one of the most important questions in neuroscience. Neuroscience and neurology are experiencing a rapid development of new tools and technology for modifying neural activity. No. Next generation of neuroscience questions are likely to center on how much dynamics and not simply activation, deactivation are related to function and behavior. Neuroscience refers to the scientific investigation of the nervous system in all its aspects. Rap, never ending. I said, as soon as people hear the term neuroscience, they think, okay, this is going to be difficult. No. One important learning point that arose at various times in the history of neuroscience is the necessity of observation and experimentation. Without these, science becomes dogma, and discoveries and progress are stifled. Rhyme and never end up. Where we are at a unique point in the history of neuroscience. In the next several years, we have an opportunity to amplify our previous achievements. Wrapping up by forever scientific, by forever neuroscience, schizophrenic lyrics spitted.